Oops. I'm having that same issue where I can't see myself as being live on Twitch. Okay. As long as everyone else can, I don't really care what I see, I guess. It's so interesting because I just see a black screen that says offline. The worst form of gaslighting. This is going to be interesting to work with. I also think I should probably talk to the one other streamer that I know that streams from Korea and see if they're having the same issues. Okay. Hello, hello. Yay, more vampire therapist. Hello, Neil. Welcome in. Did I read this last time? No, I don't think.
No, you did not.
Oh. Okay, April 26, 2024. Had a doozy of a client tonight by the name of Isabel D'Este. Holy hell, that is one strong lady. I was shaking in my boots half the time talking to her. I read up on her on Wikipedia and was glad I hadn't done that before our session. I would have been even more scared. I'm surprised we could even have a conversation. She was the Pope Leo X's sister-in-law. How the heck do you deal with family like that? I've had a nice week otherwise. Been exploring the graveyards here in Leipzig. They're real fancy here. Guess it ain't no surprise this place has so many goths. let's continue. I'm assuming they won't read lines that we've already heard before, so Samuel, good evening. I'm glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone. In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
Do we need a review on our cognitive distortions?
I'm good. Remember which one this is, right?
Disqualifying the positive.
Kinda, it leads to that, but I think it's more of a control fallacy, right?
Mayhaps.
Yeah, all right, control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of them in my time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Edmund Keene, age 237, gender male, origin British, intake information. Edmund Keene was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He is credited with more personal interpretations of character as opposed to pantomime performances. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wishes to return to the stage, but expresses great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I hope I'm up to this.
What is this vampire I see before me?
Delta is right that there's like too many male characters in this game.
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat, you also are forgotten by time. Oh, how fortuitous! A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith. Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that
What,
you're
what
here
I'm getting?
because...
Because mortals don't appreciate you, because you're confused about your sexuality, because your dressing room is too
Okay.
small.
Okay, alright.
What? Oh, we running out of options here?
It's definitely the first one, but you want to try the other ones.
I don't know. What kind of playthrough are we going for to try and anger all of our clients?
We gotta anger them so we can know what how to bring them back. No, just go for the first one in.
Well, mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions. What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning?
Very interesting questions.
And what a piece of work is Vampire! How noble in stature, how infinite in life!
Alright, I see where this is going.
Do we cut him off or indulge him?
Hold him a little longer.
In form and moving, how express and admirable! In action, how like a demon! In apprehension, how like a bat! Ah, the beauty of the night!
Up to you.
Let's listen to him a little
And
longer.
yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
Indulge him.
Maybe this is where we stop it.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theatre historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus. He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself.
Oh, whoa.
Are all men such fools?
Oh, woe is me.
Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always going to have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Oh. Where's the button for what a fucking narcissist?
Just slap him real quick. No.
Hello?
Control fallacy, I think, right?
Right.
Oh, it feels like.
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you? That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Well, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
What the heck is vampire therapist? Hi, Dia. Welcome in. It's about Sam over here, who is a vampire. And and he is a therapist in training. So we talked to our other vampire clientele and solve their problems, or identify their problems. If my therapist is a vampire, I think my trauma would be worse. Well, would it be better if you were a vampire, Dia? No. It's been a interesting game, to say the least. I definitely found it because someone had raided into a friend and they were last playing this game, and honestly, the title was intriguing enough. I love sun, I live in tropical country, can't do anything. Well, I mean, I guess, is that the vampire meta that you're going for? That vampires are afraid of the sun? Or can't be out in the sun? Aren't they? Up for you to decide. Many different vampire metas out there. Is this guy just all full of control fallacies?
I think to begin with, probably, right? That makes
Mhm.
sense.
This
They're
is a
not?
special client.
nope.
Remember that his distortions can be about others, not just himself.
So in the case that is this labeling?
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
Wait, is it not disqualifying the positive in the sense that... Well, interesting. I mean, what would he be
Yeah.
labeling them as?
I guess then, yeah, it's... Because I don't like the way that they set this game up.
Mm-hmm.
That's whole... It's not so Nosferatu thinking of is one yes or a no.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, we could try disqualifying a positive. I see where you're going with that. It's not how I identify that distortion, but it makes sense.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that every actor's success comes straight from you?
Of course. Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters. But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
Is this not labeling?
So you're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed, they are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
Control again?
You're saying only you can change the course of acting?
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Did he just say hombre?
Yeah, hombre.
He was doing so well.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway. These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Good
Hmm.
statement. Or
Should statement, I guess, but I don't. My least favorite of these distortions.
You're saying critics should
Go on
honor
the
you.
nose.
Well, what happens if they don't?
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theatre, what do they know of the theatre?
Maybe they just got different taste.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
no way.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable. I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad, not so you might attack my every word.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation. Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly? Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
Whoa.
Whoa there, buddy.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
Wow. That's crazy.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality. I await your apology, sir.
I wasn't trying to rile you up, none. I don't have anything to apologize for. Easy, boy, easy.
All
What?
good options.
Are we gonna talk to like a horse now?
Easy now.
Hmm. Let's go. This is a slightly safe route. I wasn't trying to rally up none.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't trying to rile you up none.
Yet I bared my undead soul to you, and you treated me like a pincushion with your sharp pricks.
Pricks ain't got nothing to do with this, Edmund.
And now you seek to proposition me? Of course, it always goes like this. To you I am a void, nay, a whore, to use as you please. Well, you are all alike,
All
I
right.
say. Go on then, use me.
You are losing him, Samuel. It is time to remember what makes you special. You are not just a therapist, and you are not just a vampire. He is afraid, but you will conquer his fear.
Treat him like a horse? Is that what he's saying? You're a cowboy. Oh my god. Something, if Flo or Delta are here, there'd be like jokes about riding or something along the lines.
Probably. Oh my god. Hmm.
Fuck it, go for it.
What? The crazy
Easy
option.
boy. Easy boy, easy.
easy.
Easy, boy, easy.
Oh my god, the horse noises.
I shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
This is going directions I did not expect it to.
Oh my god.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
What I?
Use the power of cowboy.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend. A friend who wishes to help me.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am, though I scarcely understand how.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Sorry to tell you, but you're into being a horse.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and truth.
That's one way to view it, I guess.
We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
Nosferatu thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, you must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
For me, there is only one future, save oblivion.
Come on now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so. What else have I but the stage?
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what, though, compadre, you are more than the stage. What if theater just didn't exist?
Perish the thought. Perish it with all due enmity. Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Plain.
Mm-hmm.
You calling most of our kind parasites?
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're going to be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps, though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
What kind of therapy are we up to tonight? Dealing with a narcissist.
Damn, I was surprised you didn't say, oh, the vampire kind. Is this disqualifying a positive?
You're so few, cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd. I guess so. Talking about
Because there's not enough, it doesn't matter. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're disqualifying the positive things about us vampires.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me, undermining me, causing me to doubt myself. I know thy purpose, wretch. This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
I bet it's high stakes psychology.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity. Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me. You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
Tell him you do this for free. Tell him you aren't a trickster. Tame him like a wild horse.
Oh no. Oh boy. What you feeling?
I don't know.
Second one?
Sure.
Edmund,
Clicks
I
on
ain't
third
no
one anyways.
trickster. Heck, I ain't smart enough for that. I just want to help you.
Thinkst thou that I would not see a honey trap laid before me? Yes, come, Edmund, into the spider's web. All is well, he says, ere he drains me of all vitality and dignity.
Well, that's a hell of a leap, man.
There's only one option because we ain't doing this for free.
All right, I guess we're doing the horse.
Easy there.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
You want to hurt me?
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
This is mildly uncomfortable.
You really don't want to hurt me? You'll keep me safe?
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here. We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But to sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Tain't my place to comment.
Oh, it seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
I'm good at therapy.
Uh-huh.
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
Aye, we shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Dang, what the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
The horse ability.
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Save
God,
it for
this
our
is-
next session.
Hmm.
Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Oh, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy, I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
God, this cowboy thing is getting deeper than I thought it would.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life.
Tell me about it, Sam. Tell me about it. Client record. Edmund Keene. Edmund Kean was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He's credited with more personal interpretations of character as opposed to pantomime performances. Wait, we read that. Edmund is afraid to get back into acting because he's afraid of getting anything but universal praise. He is has a self-centered mindset, believes he determines what acting must be, diminishes the thoughts and opinions of others, champion gaslighter, tried to convince me I was attacking him, sees the world through theater. Next time, I'd like to dig in on where all this comes from. Why is this fella so insecure?
I probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? Bloody Mary?
No, a Bloody Steve. I think that's what he said his name was.
Of course it is.
I see.
How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Well, seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
Say you think it went well or say it was awful.
I mean, I think it went well. All things considered.
Guess so.
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
True.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy, full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Good.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with. But let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here.
Oh.
What happens at Emanacht happens with consent. Got it?
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
You.
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Oh boy.
What the? Okay.
That is a lot of eyes on us. Deny it, play along, or admit it. Deny it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't a vampire.
That's a very normal response, isn't it? A normal person would not presume that vampires exist, and therefore would have no reason to deny it.
Why is she whispering into my ears? Why is she whispering?
You are a vampire.
There ain't
Oh,
no
thanks,
such
I
thing.
guess.
Well, it's too late now. I saw you anyway, you know. My name is Panoptibella. It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi. And now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Yep, that is so.
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see what it is like.
Where would we not hit red?
I can see down your throat, vampire.
Well, that ain't creepy at all. Let me try again.
This is such an odd minigame.
I still don't quite get it because we would just hit red in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like, would it not be safest to hit here so that you get this one? But that's where I clicked and it's not the answer. Hang on,
That's
we
it.
can skip.
Hmm.
Yeah, this was the first time. Just the
Yes,
game does not add
I
much.
see now. That was very pleasant. Thank you. You
I'll
will
stop
go to your
whispering in my
coffin
ear.
now to sleep.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
What an interesting character.
Yes.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
May 3rd, 2024. Just finished up with a new client, and this guy was a lot. Bella nearly burned the saloon down with his gaslighting superpowers. He's an actor type, which I don't have a lot of experience with. I never really got into theater stuff, except for maybe vaudeville. Something about watching people tumbling and smacking each other with blunt objects just speaks to the soul. Oh, so I pissed off Crimson last night. Tried to do the whole therapy thing on her without her permission, and she was hopping mad. I gotta remind myself that just because I'm learning to become a therapist, that doesn't make me everyone's therapist.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality. It took me far too long to do so.
She's old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
How do we pronounce her name? Either way. Is that an H or a B after the D?
I cannot tell with this how zoomed out we are.
We'll see. Age 1804. Gender female. Origin Bronze Age. An elderly vampire like myself, Medi has lived mostly alone for the past 2 millennia. She grew up among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. Oh, that's a B. She now spends more of her time online, where she has become a streaming celebrity. I do not know what this means, but perhaps younger vampire might. She has expressed frustration at the increasing demands of her followers. Suggestion: be patient with the elderly.
Dang, she died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left her nicer looking corpse.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. she comes.
Hello?
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbub, Medb?
That'd be.
Mev is my real name. Medby's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Meddy. I'm Sam.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse. Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Yo, what?
What?
You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much.
Sorry,
I'd
we
keep
prefer
you in a
horses
little
out here.
cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on. You can be my whiskery little pet.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around. I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel. Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries.
I don't want to wear a onesie. I don't eat cheese. I don't want to live in a cage. I think that about covers my boundary.
Why are these the options?
Oh boy. Guess we going down the line.
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, it wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
Who the doesn't eat cheese?
Lactose intolerant people?
Nah, we suffer for it too.
I don't eat cheese, you know that. We only drink blood anyway. Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
I just like the way they look.
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna. Take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner. Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
You don't want me to do things to your body?
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
She's afraid of aging, she's overworked, or she's concerned about climate change.
I don't know. If any of these apply.
Unless we're talking about climate that's not actual literal climate. It's like change in scenery or
Yeah. Do we reread the intake? Or do we just go?
I guess it's work. Expressed frustration at the increasing demands of her followers.
Yeah.
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work you in?
I play video games.
Go figure.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
No, silly. More like Overcharge 2 and Pension Impact. More of an FPS and
Pension
RPG.
Impact. Wow.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
Oh boy.
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
What?
Of course
What?
not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I could pee. Which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
All right,
see.
you gotta walk me through this.
What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing? What's only
What's
that?
all this?
What's all
Oh,
this
boy.
FPS and RPG stuff? Actually, I think I know enough. Oh boy.
I don't know. Do you want to dig into that? Dig into that?
It would be nice for Sam to know what streaming is, probably, huh?
Important, I guess.
What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing?
Streaming
it ain't
means to
peeing.
share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Little computer people.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though.
Okay, just going straight down the line.
What's Only Zealots?
Oh boy.
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal bloodbags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I had some more questions.
Okay.
What was that? That's
What's
an
all this
RPG stuff.
RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
I see.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? It never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games. All right, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, they buy clothes and gifts for me. They dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
They're like servants?
Yo.
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
And they're willing to just up and die for you.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
Breasts, vulva.
Oh boy.
Stop. It's okay, we got the point. We got the point.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
Nosferatu or yeah.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
Suppose I enjoy reading and video games, and I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow, ugh.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
Is that Control or Nosferatu? I guess Control?
Maybe?
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
A control fallacy? What is that, Manling?
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something. The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power. And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Boing boing.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen. Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
Disqualifying a positive?
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. They always like it when I show off, though.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
You're very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
You say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
My blood father used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods. Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago. He'll slaughter us all when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's going to be ever so much blood.
Nosferatu.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more
Damn.
of us now, and I
We
bet
were
the
wrong.
bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit.
That's good.
I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
Is it not labeling?
It's like what's happening is labeling, but it ends up disqualifying the positive because like there's only bad people and there's no good people, you know.
Mm.
But I don't know what this game would count that as, right?
Medi has quite an extreme opinion about all of humanity.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
What
labeling
kind of
then.
distortion would that be?
Because there are bad people out there.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them and touch them and enslave them.
Control.
Yeah.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Such as when the machines arrived.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much. Not at all.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich na Mona, the witch of the bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
It's a control fallacy, isn't it?
Maybe?
Aww. Cause yeah, I get like it's a label, right? But it's like the power that comes with a label, or so again, it's the same situation of where does the
What
game
does the
identify it?
game?
Listen carefully, Samuel.
Yeah, labeling
Mary
them.
is describing herself in quite certain terrible terms, is she not?
I used to...
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster.
I find it intriguing that there was one earlier that they didn't let us reverse our decision on.
I guess it was probably like they forgot to put the sound in rather than it being incorrect.
But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
Oh boy.
So what if
Yeah, I would
I said
assume
you
so.
should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Nosferatu or
Yeah.
yeah?
Not
We ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you with some certainty that your client is very good at hiding her true capabilities, perhaps even from herself.
Positive. Disqualifying a
Living
positive.
alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
You know, you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of.
I mean, he has a point.
Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
winning the internet.
I suppose that's true.
Oh boy.
But I'm not very good with real life people. Unless I'm eating them.
I like how real life was capitalized.
You're
Their
still
whole ass
disqualifying
category
the
of people.
positive by canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I barely even heard of. You dab fam?
That's ages ago.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. But the world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them. Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
Oh.
Well,
I
that'll
don't
be
think it'll come
unpleasant.
to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must
Touch
be
some
just coming
grass.
like off the home. I promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting. Farewell then, little mouse.
Hoo-wee!
She
Well
got
done,
simps
my
on
friend.
simps.
You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior. You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again. Rest in peace, my friend.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs.
Meddy is feeling overwhelmed by her followers on social media and their demands. She relies on them for food and help dealing with mortals. Talks about mortals as if they're all the same. Spends a lot of time online. Creates strong one-way attachments with her followers. Needs to get outside. Bad at boundaries. I think next time I should figure out why she's got such a simple view of mortals. Maybe she'd be better off if she didn't see them as ants.
I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
Giddy up, little doggy.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. Makes me feel old.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client
Like
lives
this
there.
internet.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
Say you did help her. Say you're not sure.
No thoughts, head empty.
I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up, and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Really?
Laugh all you like. Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend. I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face. I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
Read a poem, watch a cartoon, go to sleep.
Secret third option, turn on a stream.
Man doesn't know what the internet is. Wolverine.
I think I'll read a poem. I've got one I love. Care of one, Walt Whitman. I celebrate myself and sing myself, and what I assume you shall assume, for every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you. I loaf and invite my soul. I lean and loaf at my ease, observing a spear of summer grass. My tongue, every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air, born here of parents born here, from parents the same, and their parents the same. I, now 37 years old, in perfect health begin, hoping to cease not till death. Creeds and schools in abeyance, retiring back a while, sufficed at what they are, but never forgotten. I harbor for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard, nature without check, with original energy. Just a little reminder that I'm still human. I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
Sam reads interesting books.
Yes.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
May 10th, 2024. So I know the internet's been driving the mortals batty, but dang if it ain't affecting us vampires too. I've got a new client that has half the world watching her play video games online. What's that all about? Next thing you know, they'll be making cinemas where you can stand behind the screen and watch folks watching the movies. The world sure is a strange place. Andy says that's it for new clients, and I'm grateful for that. I've been feeling a little cooped up here in the city. I'm taking a weekend trip to the mountains out in Harz. Gonna take the Autobahn. I'm past fear and death anyway. Wait, there we go.
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but I guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once. There is a term the mortals use these days, multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy. Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
I guess. I just hope I can concentrate on my own therapy with all this stuff bouncing around in my noggin.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head. I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stilling the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret? Something the old ones gave you that's been lost to time? Something mortals could never imagine?
No, it's just meditation.
Oh.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process. Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
I'd have to say the woods. I always liked being in nature.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. Be attuned to your body. Breathe, and you will be able to address your thoughts and clear your mind. Now close your eyes and begin.
First breathe in, press and hold. Then I'll let go.
Oh, more mini games.
Watch as breathing slows down your thoughts. Last to clear a thought, hover over it.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. Andy sure is a tall glass of water. I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Sam, focus.
Oh my god.
Who's got a pretty mane? Wonder what's on Batflix.
Don't you want to clear out the bad thought?
Should I hook up with Reinhardt? I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City.
Interesting. Let it go. Let that go.
Relax, ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
I wonder how many thoughts there are.
Hope we didn't get a new one there.
Oh. They're not going away anymore.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah.
I miss
all
farting.
right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Your horse?
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day. I can't really stop.
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah,
Would you like to start there?
not sure I'd like it. But seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. It's got a lot to do with my old gang. I mentioned them before. The Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty. They took my princess, killed her in cold blood, and made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
Oh, Samuel, I am so sorry.
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I'd betrayed her. They knew
no,
what it
trauma.
would take to break me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my fault for letting them do it.
But Samuel, these Mystic Bastards, It sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Well, it sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
What they did, Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do. But Samuel, you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the Mystic Bastard's actions entirely to your own supposed failings.
Personalization. Often we assume things happen because of us. Heck, often they do. That's why we get tempted by personalization. Wrongly linking external events to ourselves in cases where realistically there ain't no definite link. Sometimes people actually are out to get us, or we do cause events, but sometimes we're doing some personalization. Examples. The Vampire Country Club doesn't allow cowboy hats. They made that rule just to discriminate against me. The cattle got spooked and ran off. They must have been scared of my face, not the thunderstorm. A vampire hunter found my lair. Something about me must have screamed, "Target me."
While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair nor accurate.
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control fallacy?
An astute observation, Samuel. Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy. While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you. But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now. You are correct that keeping all distortions in mind at once is unrealistic. I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important. You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I can see that.
Well, if it ain't my fault, who else's is it?
The Mystic Bastards, of course. Let me put it into perspective for you. I will make a series of statements, and you help me identify the personalization distortion. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm. I bit Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault.
Yeah.
That's the personalization. There's a million reasons why you might miss a vein. Sometimes finding the right one can be tricky.
But I admitted that I was distracted. In this case, I am clearly the cause of my accident, and it is no distortion to say so.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense.
Let me continue. Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's the personalization. Batflix has no earthly clue who you are. They just raise their subscription prices anyway.
Oh, they know. They listen.
Just as your gang planned to isolate members from their former lives. Do you see the connection?
I guess so. I was just too stupid to see it at the time.
Ah, calling yourself stupid is what distortion?
Yeah, it's labeling. But I should have known anyway. I knew that crew was bad news. I just thought I was bad news too.
You should have known. That's another distortion of reality, Samuel.
All right, fine. Should statement, whatever. So what the hell am I supposed to do, Andy? Say nothing's ever my fault and I don't gotta know nothing? I was responsible for getting that beautiful horse killed. She trusted me, and if I'd been someone else, she wouldn't have had to die in that awful way.
I am not asking you to lie to yourself. Far from it. And I am not suggesting that you absolve yourself of all responsibility. But what would you say if a friend came to you with the same story? Would you tell them what they should have done? Would you call them stupid? You said yourself that you joined your gang because they were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose. I do not think this is a circumstance most people choose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Remember, Samuel, we are trying to reframe our thinking by clarifying these distortions. I know it may feel as though I am picking on you, but I am not. Let us forget what you should have done to make room for a different distortion. You are drawing a direct link from your emotion to the death of your horse. This is a distortion called emotional reasoning. I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act on its own.
Emotional reasoning. Emotional reasoning is when we act like our feelings represent reality. But no matter how unhappy we are, feelings alone don't define the world. I asked Andy, ain't everything emotional reasoning? He said no. Emotional reasoning is specifically when we project our feelings onto the world. The world can feel like garbage when I feel like garbage, but that don't make it reality. Examples. Number 1. I get the shivers walking into this ghost town, so it's gotta be haunted. Number 2. I feel uncomfortable around them young vampires. They must be up to no good. Number 3. This horse trader feels trustworthy, so he must be. Let's do the deal. What did it replace? Good statements.
Yeah, it shoulds.
This terrible thing, it did happen. And some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless. But let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful worked up when talking about my princess. You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my tainted soul and still loved me.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly. I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions color our thoughts. Please listen, and call me out when I am using emotional reasoning. I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next door.
Garlic
The
naan.
mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
This one.
That's the emotional reasoning right there. I don't think them folk in the club know too much about how you're feeling.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing, and that is purely biological. We are animals, Samuel. There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die. The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to recognize it.
Well, if reincarnation's a thing, I think I'd rather come back as a horse.
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang, let alone the Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice. Nobody would have taken me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so hanging didn't sound too appealing. The last job I did got my brother killed, and after that, my wife left with my daughter and I never saw him again. Can't say I blame her. I didn't have nobody. Ain't no surprise that a vampire gang would be the only people to take me in.
Aha, so that is how you turned.
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing body sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed, we partnered up with one of them Mystic Bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable and that you had no place to go.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go. I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain that no one would have any pity on you at all, that your only recourse was to join your gang?
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with being terrifyingly old. You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu thinking, so let us put that particular distortion out of our minds for now. Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization, the idea that no mortal could accept you.
Overgeneralization. Overgeneralization is when we take one or two experiences and then assume future experiences will always be the same. Mortals overgeneralize when they think all vampires date high schoolers based on that one vampire book they read. We know what we've experienced, but it's a distortion to think our experiences represent a pattern or the whole of something. Examples. Number 1, every time I play poker, I lose. I'll never win at this game. Number 2, Transylvanians sure are creepy. Number 3, I knew a man who smoked a pack a day and died at age 96. I reckon tobacco's fine.
This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the Mystic Bastard's approach.
Damn. Maybe you ain't wrong, huh? I should have joined the Foreign Legion or something. Dang it, should statement.
Your mind is not a cognitive distortion shooting gallery, Samuel. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment. Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything.
Yeah?
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Samuel. Though, in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself. I aspire to be more patient these days. Let me continue. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
Oh. What would you rate that joke out of 10?
Because I can read it. 6.5.
Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents. I want to suck your blood. Who talks like this?
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Overgeneralization.
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy. I ain't sure any of them ever sounded like that. Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Correct, Samuel. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. Well done, Samuel. Your ability to identify cognitive distortions continues to impress. But let us bring things back to you. I do not ask you to absolve yourself of the things you have done. You did not have the tools to be mindful of the thought patterns that made you vulnerable to the Mystic Bastards. I have seen mindfulness take root in you, though, Samuel. I hope this session has been helpful to you.
Yeah, I'm still sad. And still regretful about Princess. I think I'll always be. My not being mindful is what killed her. Every time I think about it, I just know I'm a terrible person who messes everything up. But I think the awareness helps.
It does. Then please tell me what cognitive distortion you just exemplified. Was it emotional reasoning, overgeneralization, or personalization?
I didn't process.
Like it's mainly personalization, but it's a little bit of all of it, right?
Uh, I guess it was kind of all of them.
Masterful deduction, Samuel. Your sense of self-awareness is most impressive. Remember, cognitive distortions are not a cudgel to beat yourself with.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. If we're spouting cognitive distortions all the time, ain't my clients going to be mad at my constantly interrupting them?
You continue to impress. Yes, we cannot bully our clients with distortions. Thus, I find it is best to clear our minds and focus on a few during each session. Keeping endless distortions in mind is not easy for a therapist either, after all. I think we have done excellent work tonight, and I'm certain you've built up a thirst. I know this evening was emotionally intense. Ask Crimson for some scotch.
Drinking booze ain't exactly compatible with our biology, Andy.
By scotch, I mean Scottish blood. It's iron-rich and quite delicious. I age it in whiskey barrels.
That sounds pretty nice. I might just do that and call it an early night.
As you wish, Samuel. Rest well, and do not lasso yourself so tightly, as you say. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself.
I'm just gonna leave before I get more embarrassed.
Very well, Samuel. Rest in peace, my friend. Samuel, greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
So it's time lapsed to a month. May 13th, 2024. I had a great weekend. I really needed to get out in nature again. I saw a whole bunch of funny birds I never saw back home and just enjoyed staying out under the stars. When I did run into mortals, they didn't speak a lot of English, but they could definitely do the accent. I guess they think all Americans sound like me. I couldn't get too close to him though, so I had to live on local wildlife blood. I drank from a boar. Not bad, but could have done without the bristles. I'm back in Leipzig now. I just learned 3 more cognitive distortions. I think I'm getting the hang of this thing.
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on. That fella's got himself wrapped up real tight.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a while for thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
Ugh, what was it?
Drain was should statement, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, it's right here. Where's our client? Yeah. Our notes. Dr. Drain is addicted to a plasma that makes him black out and do things he dislikes doing. He likes a logical approach. He doesn't sleep. Irritable, maybe because he's not sleeping. Loves should statements and maybe a fair amount of disqualifying the positive. Obsessed with work. Doesn't seem to like vampires. Next time I should figure out what the heck this plasma stuff actually does.
That fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this
I'll tell
distortion
you
with
what.
him, but I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters.
God, why are vampires always so good looking? Hello, Lenny. Welcome in. I don't know. Apparently, well, keeps them young.
Part
Or,
of the mythology. vampires though. They're
Bonjour.
supposed to be magnetic and attractive.
Hello, Delta. You missed a crazy client, Delta.
Delta would have liked them a lot.
Yeah. For a man. For being
I
a
was
man, you
thinking
would have
of,
liked them a lot.
I was thinking of Maddie, but
True. Maybe.
maybe. For different reasons.
Yes.
But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with, so pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend. You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating. I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions. We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
Should
Oh shit, we got
statements.
inventory.
I was taking a depression nap. Totally understandable. To be kind of one of those days. What else? He also had a bunch of disqualifying the positive last time. We do that.
Either control or originalization.
Overgeneralization.
Or control, either or maybe both, I don't know. Definitely not emotional reasoning.
Why can't we see our book while we do this? uh Did he do any labeling last time?
A little bit.
Control fallacy and labeling?
Sure. Do that.
Wait, it's not letting me click. Hello? Thank you.
I think I've got what I need now.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready, and here comes the man himself. Dr. Drain, good to see you again. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
Happy end of business trips? Yes, thank you. Yeah. I finished my last business trip of the week yesterday. And now I'm on a 4-day weekend. Then I have 2 days of work, and then I have Friday off. So that'll be another 3-day weekend. And then I have one more business trip on the following Monday. Where's Flo when you need them? Flo may like the other character that we were thinking about. He's a little crazy.
There's a little bit, huh?
Just a little.
Yeah, a tad bit.
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements. Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool. But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together. You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory.
Oh boy.
I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now.
The labeling?
Compadre, you are a labeling machine tonight. Let's slow down and see if we can talk through what's been happening. Let's start with this monster label. Last time you told me that this plasma of yours just made you let loose a little. That don't sound too monstrous to me. You forget, Sam. We are vampires. When we let loose, all the world suffers. Sounds to me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand. This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Man's getting plowed every day since we've seen them. Okay.
Wait,
Should statements on should statements, but is it not an overgeneralization?
You want to just go with the should statement first?
Oh wait.
I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc. That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin. Now, hold on a sec, Doc. I think we better... The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam. What in hell?
Whoa.
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 Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I'm
multiple
Sam.
personalities
I'm
on
your
this man.
therapist, Doc. You know that. My therapist. Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain.
Delta said, whoa, our DMing flow.
Get in here right now.
Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyridus, and unlike that sad sack of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire.
Uh-huh.
I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
What
Boy.
a series of statements there. Want to walk into a room with that much confidence?
Comment on his clothing, comment on his posture, comment on his lack of glasses.
Just the anime take off glasses moment.
Lack of glasses. Okay. Only need flow. Oh boy. We'll do it for flow.
Weren't you wearing glasses before? I don't need glasses. Reading is what people do when they can't find anyone to fuck, which is not a problem I face.
So pulling the call real quick. Hello.
I will say this. All right.
Uh-huh.
What did you do to my cute little baby man, my little Inky Winky? All right, he was a little stupid little bitch, and now he's this hot hot fucking demon vampire daddy. What have you done to this man? Why did you make him go through a corruption arc? Where are his glasses? I want his glasses. I want him to break me. I want to break him. I want to make him worse. Give me back my little Inky Winky drainy baby boy. Is he still British, by the way?
He took drugs. That's what happened.
Yeah, the drugs that he was taking turned him into this.
Don't do drugs, kids. This is what happens. You become hot and a demon, and corruption arcs be like this. All right. He went through his corruption arc. Anyways.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry. What drug is you? He wasn't this buff before. Actually, no, he was this buff before. It was just like, I guess it was just hidden. Never mind. Jesus Christ.
It's the posture, dude. Posture changes a
It's
lot.
the posture.
Posture really changes a lot.
Did he indulge in the drugs? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he took the drugs.
Yeah. The plasma. Do we need a reminder on his profile?
That's fine. Next thing you're gonna tell me, the other lady is gonna become a bimbo.
What lady?
The other lady, the one that like was after him.
The high
Like
arts
the one
one.
that was like so stuck up because she's like women.
Women.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that like once you see her again, she's gonna be the next Beyonce in like 10-inch heels and like a push-up bra.
This is why he blacks out.
That really whips out another fucking personality. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scenario, basically. This is Hyde.
You could say it that way. Mm-hmm. You want to
Yeah,
stay here for
anyway.
the remainder of his session?
Sure, why not?
Oh, you're missing out, fella. I got into reading after I died, and there's whole worlds to discover in books. Oh, you're so fucking boring. There's a whole world to discover up my arse as well. Well, you don't have to be so crass. Yes,
so rude, I
see it in
hate
your
him.
eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me. Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat. I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always hungry. I suggest you stay right where you are.
Whoa.
Oh shit, he got the gun.
Whoa.
He whipped out the fucking gat.
I will say this: the other one had like no personality, but that had no confidence. This one has too much confidence. This is the one we peg. The other one I could look. The other one I could maybe like corrupt and take care of. This one has too much personality. I need to peg this one and put him in his place.
Oh, boy.
We need the middle ground.
What the
All
fuck is
right,
happening?
my little Inky Winky. No.
A vampire with a gun? Oh, how our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me? Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you. Oh, how very kind of you to
shoot him in
care
the
about
heart?
me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live. Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat.
Hang on, just a sec.
Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well. At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? All right, but I'm watching you, hombre.
Oh, he said it right this time.
Not hombre.
Lost his dick. I love that at the end of like the fucking clip that Delta got, they got the fucking "Don't do drugs, kids."
Oh, boy.
Look all you like. The show is free. This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you. And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine.
Can we put him in the scary room or the masochist, whatever the kinky room is? Can we put him in there?
The kink room?
Yeah, can we put him in there? I think he needs to be pegged.
I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me? I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason.
Honestly, what the heck is happening? No idea. This guy's on drugs.
This guy's on drugs. Look, it's fine. We're going to find out what deep repressed trauma this evil side of him has. And then he's going to be like, shit, I do have problems. That
You're
makes
not
me
wrong
horny.
about
Let's
that.
fuck.
You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his unlife. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
Disqualifying the positive?
Maybe overgeneralization? Oh, wait, no. Because he's like putting a lot of stuff on himself.
It's either disqualifying or control here, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone corpse.
I say disqualifying the positive.
All right, try it.
You're forgetting something. A lot of who you are is because of Dr. Drain. You know that fella denies himself a lot, and you do all them things he refrains from.
Yeah.
Besides, didn't he make that plasma you sprung from? Do you know, you're absolutely correct. Very well. I'll give the little twerp his credit. He did bring me into existence, and what a wonderful existence it is. Were you aware that vampires possess absolutely no gag reflex? I can prove it.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. That's a
I
statement.
don't mess with
Put
my
that
clients.
gun in his mouth.
But I'm not your client. That little rat man in tweed is. Of course he would deny himself the pleasure. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to.
Control fallacy? Or, wait, no, sad creature. Maybe labeling. We need to, like, distill, like, both parts of him. That, like, this part and that part, and then, like, put them together to just, like, get, like, the middle ground of, like, mellowed, but, like, slightly crazy. You know? We need to distill both parts, put them in a blender, and see what comes out.
That's dangerous work.
What? Why not? Why not the extremes? No. If I'm gonna love a man, I
No.
want to love both
The
sides of him.
should.
I don't.
Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence.
Damn.
Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I
Oh
don't know
God.
about, I should very much like to know where they are.
Oh boy.
Then, how old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now.
14 years!
14 years. Man's been fucking around for 14 years.
Well,
You're starting
things are starting
restarting
to make a lot
you?
more
Oh, let's
sense.
go.
You certainly sound like a 14-year-old.
14-year-old vampire baby.
The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be.
Control.
Oh God, it is a corruption arc.
You're
The
awful
other
confident
personality's
about that,
taking over.
But I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain. He controls you. Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake. He shall be mine. Oh, yeah? And how do you know that? I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No, only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises. So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident. Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live.
Bold of
I know
somebody
it's
to,
a funny
bold of
way
somebody
you
to
and
say
Dr.
that
Drain talk
needs
about
drugs
each
to
other,
exist.
As though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood.
Labeling?
Seems to me you got a pretty dang narrow definition of what it means to be a vampire. Heck, I don't see you wearing a cape. You sure you ain't just a regular mortal? Don't be a fool. There is a minimum requirement for being a vampire, that's all. And Dr. Drain does not meet it. He's an embarrassment to our kind, and worse, an embarrassment to me. I wouldn't be surprised if he were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin. I think I'm going to surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself, but I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him?
Control fallacy?
Labeling?
Because like, how very what possible use can I use for a turd like him? It is could be labeling, but like at the same time, he's looking down on like that side of him. So it's like, what use do like it's a part of him, right? So it's like, what use do I have for that part of me? I don't know. Up to you.
Little turd. This Lord Lourdes is using quite colorful language to describe Dr. Drain, isn't he, Samuel?
How
never
very
mind.
bloody
You were right.
dare you? What possible... And none at all, long as you keep calling him names. You keep thinking of him as being a turd, and that's all he's gonna be.
Hello, Wolf. Welcome in.
Hey, Wolf.
Hey, Wolf.
I admit, Dr. Drain might have a thing or two to learn from you, but he ain't gonna learn as long as you keep antagonizing him. Oh, come now, the little worm likes it. He is far better at hating Dr. Drain than I am, and I find him entirely loathsome. Then you ain't giving him room to grow. How would you feel if someone just called you an animal? I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me.
I want to hit him over the head with a skillet.
The cult calls me back. Well, oh my god.
Oh my
Delta
god.
said I saw Wolf doing non-occult stuff today.
Did it begrudgingly.
Wolf, come back to us. Leave Occult Crescent. You won't be able to come back anymore.
What, the 2 hours of raid that you had, and then was it back to cult stuff?
Oh no.
Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window.
Yeah, I was crying during raid.
Yeah. Did you guys finally beat Bahamut, by the way?
We did.
Yay! Congratulations.
We did last week. So
Oh.
Static was on a break today.
I was about to say, so what are you guys doing? What are you guys progging now?
That's what we're trying to figure out. It's likely going to
Alexander.
be. Yeah, it's probably going to be Alexander.
Alexander. You guys
Yeah.
are going to be stuck on Pepsi Man for a while.
We'll see. Yeah.
What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher.
Hmm.
The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for?
To get pegged.
When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be.
Should statement.
There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat? Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
Yes!
Not so fast.
Yo.
You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun.
Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat is the same version of live, laugh, love for vampires.
It's FLK. Fuck.
That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave.
Wait, why are you glowing red?
Identified thing. Labeling, isn't it? Or overgeneralization.
Could be overgeneralization.
Overgeneralization? Yeah.
Yeah, because like I know what you crave, so it's like, you motherfucker, you're a vampire. I know you want to fuck as much as me. Now pull out down your pants.
There's loads of us vampires out there, all with different experiences. You really think we're all the same? We are animals, darling. Like all depraved animals, we exist to ensure we continue to exist. If we do not, we embrace oblivion. Well, that's a heck of a jump. We ain't powerless against our baser instincts, far from it. We can be better people. We can live in harmony with others. It is utterly pointless to fight our natures. Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I.
Yeah, see, that's the one problem about this guy. This guy would actively, like, kill people. We need to, like, kill him.
He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live?
This is like Ace Attorney going through testimonies and rebuting bit and pieces of details.
Yeah, it's like Ace Attorney.
Point is, you're gonna get
Hold
real
it.
fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing. Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
Should or control?
You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking?
Oh my god.
No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like 'em or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head. Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you. If you're gonna kill me, you'd better be a quicker draw than I am.
Dang, what the got again?
Yeah.
You want to
He's
try
gotta have
your
silver
luck,
bullets in
compadre?
that thing.
No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals and virgins. Oh, how
God.
delicious.
Oh my
You've been
god.
holding out on me, cowboy. You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people. At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. And beast that I am, I must kill.
You
Leave me
will
in a
do
room
no
with
such
him for
thing
like
to
an
my
hour.
mortals.
I can
Restrain
handle him.
yourself.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, give me an hour in a room with him. I'll bring Dr. Drain back. Don't worry. I'll deal with this motherfucker.
Oh,
Gonna be
now
fun.
who
He's
is
gonna become
this
Dr.
beautiful
Drain.
morsel?
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna make Lord Luridius know that he's supposed to be a fucking pet.
Will you fix him or make him worse is what Kane asked.
So now here's the plan. I'm going to ruin Lord Luridius and fix him. And then I'm going to make Drain worse. So so basically if I make Drain worse, right? Drain's gonna get enough of a backbone to fight against Lord Luridius, and I'm gonna make Lord Luridius so fucking weak that he's going to be a pathetic little meow meow, eventually balancing both personalities together. See?
Papa says I want the repressed, oppressed Brit back. 10 out of 10.
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, daddy.
Oh
I
god,
will keep this
calm
poor
down.
animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him.
Oh, Andromachus is gonna peg this motherfucker.
Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt him.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
Oh boy.
Survived his session. Oh god.
Wait, could you have
Could we
died?
have died?
Barely walked out of that one alive. And I thought therapy was just talking.
That the stakes have raised.
Oh, why do I feel like if you get a bad ending with him, Lord Loridius is just the personality that takes over?
Probably. Okay. Second session with Dr. Drain. Dr. Drain transformed into Lord Loridius during our session today. That dude has got some issues. Loridius hates Dr. Drain, and Drain hates him. Loridius loves what Drain rejects, blood and sex. Loridius believes in acting like our animal selves without apology. Where Drain is scientific, Loridius is unscientific. Loridius is extremely confident. I gotta talk to Dr. Drain about where this Lord Loridius comes from and see if I can't get these two fellas speaking the same language.
I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Crimson.
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
You could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good.
Oh, you could have probably
I hope
died.
you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night.
Delta.
Can I have a shot at you, baby girl? It's like, huh?
So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less.
Basically.
Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
Pretty well or poorly?
Pretty well. I
Pretty-
mean,
We did survive.
yeah, you did survive.
You did survive without shooting somebody, so you know that's usually good.
Y'all just thirsty. Go drink some water. Don't worry, I'm so wet right now.
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now, so I was still able to challenge the beast. Well, the way I figure it, he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
Well, I'm going to spray bottle you for the rest of the week.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be doing this on your stream, Sandra.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humbled.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff. Now you're just trying to be cute.
And making success visit.
Oh, who are
Oh,
they?
hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Kids.
These are the two people that Sam went into a kink room with
Oh,
on like the
why is he
first day.
calling them? Or are they calling them kids? Are they like younger vampires?
Yeah, I guess so.
They're not
I
even
see.
vampires, I think. They're
Oh,
just
right.
goths.
They're humans.
They're just human
Oh, they're
goths. Yeah.
humans. I see.
We do like Sam. He is a cutie.
Yeah.
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the
Oh.
kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Well, what
Huh?
happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely.
you.
What?
What?
I warned the back-end developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
Software development.
My god, coder lady, Delta is in.
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your user table thing. Maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
Talk code to me, baby. Get me hot and heavy.
She needs to leave knockoff Draco Malfoy first. Oh boy.
Teach me about Python, please. Help me write a script.
Talking code makes him horny, apparently.
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
Oh no, she's also horny. Fuck.
Nothing like talking Python to get the Python going. Oh my god.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
I am well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
Oh my
And
god.
you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam.
This
See you kids
dialogue is
later.
crazy.
All right. Okay. Horniness aside, can I speak for something real quick? Because I find something about Dr. Drain very funny.
Uh-huh. Oh wait.
Greetings.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So I was saying is this though. Okay, horniness aside, this is actually a really cool thing because if you I mentioned what is it, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. If you have not actually like read the original story, the entire reason that like the Hyde personality is there is the fact that like Dr. Jekyll is supposed to be like a commentary on a very like repressed kind of man at the time, because like he is a man of like a specific era, basically prim and proper, all this other stuff. But like he like if you the concept of Dr. Jekyll was like basically he is a repressed man that is basically like, you know, that he goes around murdering people or whatever, but like he actually just does whatever like Dr. Jekyll does not do. And one of those is, honestly, people have like speculated is like fucking around, but also being gay. So it's actually kind of interesting the fact that like that's the whole concept of like Dr. Drain. It's like he takes this one thing, which is what happens in the Dr. Jekyll versus Mr. Hyde thing, is he drinks something that he's working on to give him confidence, or he's you know, he to like give himself something of like an achievement in the world, and then once he does it, he loses control because that other side of him that he's repressing comes out into a very bad like degree. And it's also like a commentary of having to accept both, like a side of yourself, both the good and the bad, because it can be very self-destructive if one of those parts gets, you know, the better of you, and yeah, that kind of shit. So yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry. Anyways, there's my commentary on actual literature from what I know about the actual thing. So yeah.
Sounds like common dual personality syndrome, says Ranga.
Yeah.
Dissociative identity disorder? Mayhaps.
This isn't DID.
Yeah. I can see that though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to see who the next client is. If it is the hot lady, if if she changes. If not, I'm gonna and then after that I'm gonna go.
I think it probably is in order.
Yeah, because everybody seems to change. I'd like to see if she changes or anything. What happened anyways? Like her last session, did you like have her go through an epiphany or something?
No, you mean Isabella?
Yes, Isabella.
I don't think much happened in that session. That was the first session that we had with her, and then like this is the first time we've seen any of our clients for the second time with Drain here. But let's see. I don't know. I do like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde literary telling. I'm not familiar with this whole area, but on the shallow understanding, it feels like DID, but not actually DID. It's like when you're drunk. Basically, I mean, Dr. Drain is on technical quote unquote drugs for that personality to come out.
He's on a drug that basically like
it's plasma.
Yeah, that basically,
it's plasma.
Yeah.
For vampires.
The plasma. But like he basically goes like into a state where he like gets to rest, and like that his like conscious state basically goes underneath, and this other personality gets to play. Basically, that's what happens. He's basically like putting himself in like a sleep, and instead of like his body normally like possibly just going to sleep because this other repressed personality is in there, that's the part that takes control over it. So yeah. Man needs to find the middle of both personalities and become one again.
It's the suppressant he takes to regress his urges, but it actually just brings him out.
Exactly. We need Dr. Drain to fuck so that he gets more control over this, all right? That's my therapy, all right? Have Dr. Drain fuck.
I'm kind of curious if it is going in order, which I assume that it is. We'll probably see Isabella.
That's my thing. I wonder if she's gonna change now. Like if she's gonna like had like an epiphany from her last session.
I mean, they're supposed to change, right?
So I'm saying if she comes out looking like Beyonce, who knows?
Okay.
She's the queen of the world, guys. Come on.
Sex therapy is a thing, apparently. Oh, wait. In other words, Dr. Drain is too pent up. What? Anyways, before we get too far into the day, we should review Isabella's profile before we have to choose the.
Okay, she's a control fallacy lady.
Yeah. Life was meaningless because modern art is meaningless too. Apparently, this rise of the Spacewalker movie set her off. Extremely high-minded, major issues with her former husband, thinks most people are corrupt, especially menfolk. Used to be a devout Catholic, not so much anymore. Likes to be in control, maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time I'll dig into the family stuff. Seems like there's a lot of anger there.
Oh, hey, Andy.
What is wrong, my friend? You don't seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Delta.
Ah, yes, the Senora d'Este.
What
She certainly has a way with words.
Boy.
It ain't that. It's just this sense I get. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
We
Let's not
named
use
Flo's furry form. Oh boy.
Yeah. Fuzzy.
Aha. At least that makes her core distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
Control
You got control
fallacies out the wazoo.
Yeah.
That's the wazoo.
That
Wazoo.
lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
I do not know this term wazoo, but you are correct. The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
Andromachus in my life. Same.
Okay, back to normie me. Oh boy.
I will say
That
this
still
though,
don't make it
going
much
by oh sorry.
Nope.
Because you clicked it.
Okay.
Hmm?
What were you saying?
I was saying, I will say this though, going by what I remember of the Isabella's last thing, she is a very product of her time vampire. She sees like people like the concept of people going around. She appreciates art. I think she has a lot of control issues because she's a woman of her time where she literally lived in a time where women were literally like defined by like their worth in like making children and like what men thought of her and having to keep up appearances and everything.
Yeah.
And so I can understand her form of wanting any sort of control over like her family or anything because in her mind she definitely is a character that feels like she does not have any control even though that she's been like repressed her entire life, so any form of like lashing out or like putting herself above a pedestal over other people is like her way of like ignoring how fucked up her whole situation was basically. And being a vampire has not given her the power to like oddly enough get over that despite all the centuries she's been alive.
Yeah.
I will not deny that Signora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can. A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
Oof.
What else do we want?
This is tough. Which ones do you take?
I mean, even if it doesn't end up showing up, it's fine. We're only asked to identify the 5 that we choose. I mean, the 4 that we choose plus their main one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that this can be overgeneralization. Probably a tad bit of should. I don't know if enough to bring it.
Yeah.
I'll leave that one for last. And then labeling. He likes to label people.
Or maybe personalization, because like she's,
Yeah, it's either personalization or emotional reasoning, depending on like how the conversation goes, right?
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
I know you can.
Now I think I'm ready.
It was very.
And
if I'm
here
not
she
missing,
comes.
can't be
A deep
that.
breath.
Oh, that's fair.
Now, howdy, Senora. Nice to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Well, I've
Damn.
been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts.
Congratulations. Welcome to therapy. You start hating yourself before you start feeling better.
The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior. I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
Senora, you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
just practicality there. Like, lady.
Woman.
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone, but that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call
Statement was, just because you don't change anything doesn't mean it wasn't worth anything. That's Nosferatu thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's might be Nosferatu.
Nosferatu thinking. Remember what we talked about? There's always going to be people who want Space Wars, and there's always going to be people who want Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, actually.
Are we?
Well, actually.
Yeah, she just went, actually, it's Michelangelo. Lady, I'm sorry for being American.
Turtle. Yeah, the turtle.
Yeah, the TMNT reference, though.
Yeah.
Senora, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls. Yes,
Very
perhaps
good.
not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was, this is most horrifying.
That's a control fallacy, isn't it?
Perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think much of it was is most horrifying.
Maybe overgeneralization? But yeah,
Yeah.
probably in a control. Check control.
Listen carefully, Samuel. It is
Oh.
not only truth that harms the Senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was, this is most horrifying.
Oh no, yeah, no, she's saying that like all I did was but to think much of it was. Like it's like, oh yeah, not all of it was bad. But like most of it was, so like, it's still fucked.
We don't have disqualifying the positive, so.
What? Why can't it ever take me to?
Much emphasis on major bulk of things. Yeah, so might be overgeneralization?
Listen carefully, Samuel.
Personalization.
It is not only truth that harms the Senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
Yeah,
Okay, so
if
first
it's
try
PC
first.
Not
like
all
that,
I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain.
Ah,
Listen
Not,
carefully,
huh?
Samuel.
I know.
It is not only truth that harms the
Wait,
Senora.
what do we
Can
do?
you-
Also the way
Labeling?
she
Can
perceives
you
truth.
can you continue without choosing one?
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a
Or do
waste
you
of
have to
time,
choose one?
effort, and pain.
I don't know.
I think
We
you
To
have
think that
to.
much
can
of it
probably
was,
we can
this
probably
is
skip.
most horrifying.
Try labeling? I don't
Oh
fucking
no,
know.
I cannot move across. We did overgeneralization and personalization in
Yes,
the
let's
span of
just
like
go
2
down the line.
seconds.
Let's just label this shit. Why not?
Much of it was. All I did was a waste of
Maybe it'd help if we looked at that wording you used.
Labeling!
A waste of time, effort,
Oh.
and pain.
Oh, I guess so. It makes labeling the effort, but that's
Oh, boy.
Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
A disgusting notion.
That was an
I
Well, how
am
about good
already
TV?
dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
Hey, not all trash.
Hey. Have you seen
And
the
it's
new,
okay to
the new
watch
Black
trash.
Mirror?
Yeah, it's okay to watch trash. Wait, what, Flo?
Saying, have you seen the new Black Mirror?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yes. Some of the episodes, not all of it.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death.
Oh my gosh, Macbeth is coming out. Stop this right now. Oh, you haven't even seen.
No,
You
there's the next
haven't
guy,
even
right?
seen Shakespeare.
Oh,
There's the next guy.
Mr. Edmund himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the D'Este name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pissed away my legacy.
Honestly, when she said Gonzaga, I thought in my head, I'm just like, me? Gongaga.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Oh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
No, I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico. I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a D'Este. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the ruin of our house.
Control fallacy? She's trying...
Yeah, control fallacy.
I hate to break it to you, senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn. What saved me from that fate? Knowledge,
Follow the
study,
target. Shush,
an
Delta.
appreciation of art, music, history, and literature. In the same way, I should have been able to save my son.
Why do you think you should have been able to save your son?
I was his mother. If I did not save him, who could?
I'm not saying someone else could. I'm saying that responsibility to save your son, that you should save him, doesn't line up with the truth. It ain't some kind of destiny for one person to save another.
Clearly, it was not my destiny to save my son. But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish.
Espanol.
I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
Gongaga, exactly.
Stopping a war. The hated Spanish. War of Mantuan succession.
I think that last one might be interesting. What's the Mantuan succession?
What's this War of the Mantuan Succession all about?
Do you know nothing of history at all? Oh, very well. It all began because my fool of a great-great-grandson, Vincenzo II, did not listen to me. Instead of dutifully procreating with his
Vincenzo.
wife, he decided to impregnate mistresses.
Okay.
Welcome
When
to the
he
old
ate
century.
himself into the grave, the line of succession was broken, and the French and Spanish swarmed upon my home like cockroaches. I killed a great many of them myself, but it was not enough. Eventually, the Gonzaga lands were given away to both countries. Of course, this is common knowledge. I would have had your tutors beaten.
Oh boy.
Senora, the only tutors I ever had showed up after eating a can of baked beans.
Yeah, we showed off bringing a can.
Disgusting.
Oh, wait.
Dude, you know what? I miss farting. I miss.
Sam's intrusive thoughts right there.
Mm,
Among all other
Beans.
thoughts.
I miss farting.
I miss farting.
That was one
Right.
of Sam's intrusive thoughts.
It was.
To be fair, when you are a vampire, there are some things you miss. I don't know if vampires miss peeing.
They did talk about it earlier.
What is streaming if it's not peeing?
Yep. Exactly. There's a content creator vampire who's super old. But Sam didn't know what streaming was and equated it to peeing.
Wait, vampires can't pee, shit, or fart, Nani? Yeah, so vampires are apex predators. They literally do not excrete or anything. They do need to rest still, but they don't need to pee, like shit or anything. So they don't get disease. So yeah.
Discussing stopping a war. The hated Spanish.
So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
Control fallacy. Or personalization? Because like she gave up
Sure.
her humanity, right?
I mean, some things happen because of us. Heck, often they do. That's why we get tempted by personalization, wrongly linking external events to ourselves in cases where realistically there ain't no definite link.
I think personalization is the answer here, because it's like
The Senora has
What?
put a lot of pressure on herself and dire consequences for failure. Would you not say, Samuel?
So control again?
oh yeah.
Guess so.
I gave up my humanity to guide my
Senor, being a vampire gives us a lot of powers, but it doesn't give us the power to control a single human being, let alone a whole dynasty of them.
Unless you're Dracula.
When the heck have we ever listened to our betters? I ain't no historian, but I know enough to know people are liable to making the same mistakes over and over again. Humans have got that whole pesky free will thing that makes them do dumb things.
Ah,
Perhaps
dang,
you are
that
correct.
free will thing getting in the way.
Stupidity is inevitable.
Stupidity
That
is
free
inevitable.
Sounds like you.
Yo.
I
I mean,
understand.
they're
what
not
you are
wrong.
trying
Look
to
at
do,
me,
Mr.
guys.
Walls.
I mean, look at me, Sandra.
Nah.
Stupidity
Nah.
in a bottle, that's me.
Your Honor. Nuh-uh.
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 Bring ya.
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
I ain't doing
Congratulations.
anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have. As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant. But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
Personalization? Or should? I don't know. Labeling?
Calling herself a fool.
Yeah, I think labeling.
Yeah.
It ain't foolish to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Yeah.
Perhaps. But whose better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
But like,
Senor,
virtue is
people
still a
have been
modern day
following the
thing, though.
ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Oh, well,
Now you're
that's better
now you're
then.
just not making sense, lady.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one. As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses. I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature.
Romantic nature? What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so. Yes, I was a romantic. Until reality came crashing down upon me. Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
Oh, I know this painting. If you look at the image of like the top one, that woman's face is fucked. Like the woman on like the Venus lady at the top, this image, the Venus lady up there is fucked.
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars. Mars is portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
You
There's
may
no
appreciate
genitals, you're
my
fine.
beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body over long. This is art, not pornography. But look closer and you will see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl. To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome
Delta.
warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true.
So I had a feeling that was what you were gonna say. Oh boy.
Is it spray bottle?
But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie. He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes,
Look at his little
I did not shy
wiener.
from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart. See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love. See how he
Look at his little
flails
cock.
helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression?
You seem to hate him like a lot, lady.
The man was
That was good
created
delivery.
solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him.
Free to solely crush my view of the world and
Not
place.
personalization.
Personalize?
Yeah. Like he's only existing to go against me.
Senora, whatever problems your husband had, they were problems he had before he even heard of you.
Your husband was born a problem. Your husband was born-
Ma'am, respectfully, your husband was a hoe.
Anyone he could have married would have had the exact same problems with him. Ain't nothing to do with you.
Yes, you are indeed correct. One
Yeah,
cannot
that's just a
blame
sad
a boar
reality.
for being a boar, even if you dress him up as a man. It would have been better for all if he had married a sow.
At least everyone's expectations will be lined up, huh?
Quite so, Mr. Walls. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart.
Oh
I
man, we
maintained
want the
the
same
illusion
thing.
that he was my Mars
It's
because
fucking
that is what I
disgusting.
needed.
That is fucking
I was
disgusting.
not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua.
The penetrator.
Delta said, you should try woman. Want to start
Woman,
with
wanna
me?
start with me? To be fair, she seems pretty high strung. You know, maybe look. All I'm saying is maybe the penetrator of Mantua wasn't all the hype that he was, you know, meant to be, considering how small his dick was. I mean, sorry, what?
Huh? What?
Nothing.
Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of Virtu? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals who would give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Overgeneralization. Not all men are bad.
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck
Horses!
Lucrezia is.
Horses! Something,
She is
insert
the
joke about hung like a horse.
inventor of twerking. All men flock to her, as I'm sure you would.
Oh,
She
wait,
is
are
the
you talking about
inventor of
Megan the Stallion?
Oh my god. There's too many layers.
They're talking about Megan the Stallion, I'm pretty sure, because they said horses in the inventor of twerking.
They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads.
Oh my god, no, they're talking
Kissed
about
by
Miley
Lucifer.
Cyrus.
Dang, Senora. Your
I'm confused.
overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as
Don't
awful.
worry, it's an old 2000s thing, 2010 thing.
Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones, but recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from.
You're comparing people to gods. You're just being real grouch.
I mean, yeah.
Both is true.
She did say that she's like, she wanted like her ideal self to like all these like higher beings, right?
Mm-hmm. You're comparing yourself to gods.
You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test. Frankie weren't never going to be Mars. You weren't never going to be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Heck, Senora,
Bullshit.
I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
I
Oh,
do
she
not
actually
like
stopped
your sad
talking.
walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Senora, humanity is all we've got.
Oh.
Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are. Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam.
Oh god, oh
And
no.
your kerchief is a fetching shade of red. It matches your eyes.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh,
You change your tone real
okay.
quick.
Oh,
Well,
oh no.
thanks,
She sees
Senora.
something she
Well, let's
likes.
focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected. But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it.
I think we're missing like a thing. Like I think we're missing like a statement we could have brought here.
But I was the only
There you
person
go.
capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
Control fallacy? 'Cause
Yeah,
she's-
probably
she's-
control. Control
because she's
leading
putting
into
everything in her-
personalization.
Yeah. Oh my god, greetings from the
Would it
Feywilds. Hi there,
not
Faye and friends.
Would it not lean towards personalization though?
I mean, up to you. Personal or control. I'm just here to be funny.
Yeah, I wish I could be funny.
You're always funny, Bugs.
Yeah, you're
I'm
always
a funny
welcome.
guy.
Hello,
come
Funny,
here,
look.
Caleb. Welcome in. Why not labeling? Let's go.
Why not labeling? Let's go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know, trust your heart. Just go. Let's try personalization.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Sandra.
All power over a
Yeah,
situation
no, control.
rarely resides with one person, if at all. Senora Deste's
I
family
control that.
probably played some part in their own fates.
But I was the
control.
only person.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family? What if no one person was?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
The fuck is that?
Never mind with the labeling for now. How
I'm
would
gonna
you
look up what a
feel
Calvinist
if you knew
is.
nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I think I would feel relieved.
Senora, whatever happened to your family,
Oh.
fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
Too late, Senora.
Damn you, woman. Also, she
Damn
just
you,
called
it's-
you a
it's
heathen,
your
by the way.
fault I'm bad.
Calvinist is basically a heathen.
I see.
Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I
I
think
mean,
you
it wouldn't
did
be the
great.
first time I
You
called
probably
that.
got some stuff to think about.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Come back hot and sexy,
Samuel,
lady.
It appears you have an admirer.
Oh, shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them. Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
Ranga's fucking thing.
I do feel labeling's a great answer because she's labeling herself as the savior of Gonzaga family.
Me? Gongaga.
Oh boy.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Maybe
Oh,
we
you're
can
just
set her
messing
up
with
with
me now.
Drain. You know, have somebody pathetic as him have sex with her.
Uh-huh.
As a recipe for disaster. But would make for great television.
And thanks to Flo, I can only remember it as Gongaga. Oh boy.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
whatever.
gonna
You have
we're
a
gonna
good
meet
night,
the
Andy.
fucking Shakespeare guy after this, right?
Rest in peace, Samuel.
Is it? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it's gonna be Shakespeare guy next, right?
Take me back to... Bruh. I need a tab for gold to the bookmarks. Is what I need. Yes.
Yeah. Edmund Kean.
Shakespeare and then Medi.
Yeah. She's a 1,804. Jesus Christ, she's
Yeah.
old.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had family problems.
Oh,
I need
her
me a
father's
Crimson
inflated.
special after that one.
Okay. Session 2 with Isabella. We really got into the Senora's family issues today, and there's a lot of them. She's hopping mad that they didn't meet her standards. Isabella died so she could control her family. It didn't work. Her husband and son were both major disappointments to her, especially her son. She really hates the Spanish. Might be a little obsessed with her late husband's failings as a man. The Senora is still holding a lot of anger. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, though. Next time, I'll see if I can't push a little more.
I will say this though, throughout that entire
Howdy,
thing, I'm pretty sure the
Crimson.
should
Think you can
statements were
fashion
not
me up one of
used,
them blood
so it might be
cocktails?
good to not bring them next time.
If we remember.
Hmm. No, I'm just saying, if you guys remember, hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, should statements weren't really used that time, so.
Not for her, yeah. So, good to think about.
I reckon so. Got a lot on your mind tonight, cowboy.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real tough family issues to go through, and it got me thinking about my own. Or my lack of family, at least.
You got any family left?
I've got a great granddaughter kicking around apparently, but she's got no connection to this old cowpoke. Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
I see your point. Sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
How do you think she's handling her therapy so far?
Pretty well? Poorly. Pretty well.
Pretty well. All
Is
things
there,
considered.
is
I
there
think
no
she's doing
mid
pretty
ground?
well,
Like,
honestly.
eh?
She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway. You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not too fond of my lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive, and I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old corpse, but death comes when it comes.
Sometimes he's still waiting for me to give him an opening.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
There is, but I'm not talking about it tonight. A little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Bullshit. I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
What is it?
Black Widow. Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Spills it
Why
all
should
over.
I be upset? What has happened has happened.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm going. See you later, Crimson.
I'm gonna spill it on his coffin and
There
then
we
lick
are.
it off his
Gotta
coffin.
get me one of these fancy coffins for back home.
Whoa.
What? I'm gonna clean it up. I'm just gonna, you know.
Uh-huh.
Now let's see. What am I in the mood for? I think I'm either gonna find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm gonna watch Shemp get smacked in the head with a hot iron. Or I'm going to
This man
bed.
reads Little Women.
He reads very interesting things.
I see.
Read from Little Women or watch Shemp get his head crushed in a vice. Or go to sleep. I don't wonder
his
if
little
there's like if there's anything to these selections that we
I
choose
vote
here.
Shemp.
Okay. Well, we were reading yesterday, so cartoons today.
These guys are great.
Oh my god, it's the Three Stooges. Shemp, Larry, and Moe. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's Shemp and Stooge. Yes, it's the Three Stooges. They just can't use the Three Stooges, so.
Kane said man's got taste. I can't tell if it's good or not, but it's taste.
I see, Miss Tinklemeyer. That's the way it should be sung. Shall we try it again?
I'll try anything for you, Professor.
Oh, that's fine, fine. If you please, Doctor. 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 Oh, play.
Where's the third Stooge?
The one in the piano. Not on the piano, in the piano. Oh.
No, no. You are too fortissimo, too allegro, too quantro.
Oh, is that bad?
It ain't good. You're supposed to be singing about the voices of spring, not the eruption of a volcano. Give with the throat, not with the bellows.
Oh, Professor.
I'm actually surprised they got the rights to actually use this in their game.
That's it. Give me the bed. Look.
Well, I guess it's old enough that like it's pretty easy to get the rights for
Public
it.
domain. I would assume it's public domain at this point, right?
Hmm.
Oh, that's high pitched. My ears.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, I think because of its age, it might be public domain. That's fair. It's the same thing with the. That's why people can use the Steamboat Willie like mascot, but not use Mickey Mouse himself because Steamboat Willie is in the public domain now.
Yeah.
So you can use the Steamboat Willie character. You cannot use Mickey Mouse.
Dear Lord.
That's enough. We've done enough for today. You might hurt your voice, bend it, crack it, or break it or something.
Oh, Professor, you're so
That's still the funniest thing to me about like the Eiffel Tower, if you didn't know. So you can take the picture of like the Eiffel Tower in today because it's in the public domain, but the lights on it aren't. So that's why like you can actually get sued if you take the picture of like the Eiffel Tower at night because the lights on it are apparently not fucking public domain.
I ought to be a little more careful. Shut up and listen. Do you remember your Uncle Caleb? Do I? Why, that old tightwad heat steel flies no flying spider. But Shemp, he's
How long does this
yeah, well, he just died and left you
go on for?
Oh, that's fucking episode, I guess.
Probably like 5 minutes.
Oh, there
Stop
we
watching
go.
TV.
Well, that's enough fun for one day. Good night, son. See you in hell.
I thought she said just son. I was like, huh? You have a son? Sorry, yeah. Damn, I was watching that.
I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Sorry, Wolf. Sorry for cutting off your TV time.
No more TV time. Go to bed. Go eat pee.
Go to bed. That's probably still Colton.
He's
No, I
Colton. I
meant
see
Sam.
him right here. I see
I
him
meant
right here.
Sam.
Okay. There's no new entries?
He was too busy watching TV.
I guess so. Now I want to go
Rushing
rest
on
me.
SQ on EU all
Rush-
about. Just job quest at the same time. Oh, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You head. Get some rest, honey.
Yeah, get
some rest,
rest, Ringo. Good luck
Don't for
with
yourself.
good luck with job quests eventually.
Yeah.
And I guess pushing MSQ.
See, this is why I'm not making a new character, because I do not want to go through the death of hot sauce again.
I sat through that
No,
twice.
You sat through that, yeah. Now the thing is, now the fact that you know it's happening, it's like every time I just see him, I'm just gonna be sad. I'm gonna be like, no, honey, I know what's gonna happen. Come here, no.
It definitely did not hurt any less the second timer.
How about the third or fourth?
I still don't care if I ever get to that point. I am saving the boy. I want you all to know I am sacrificing us the first time around. I am
It's like,
saving the boy.
Sandra, you know like what that gives? It's like that thing where like in the isekai where like the guy dies at the end and then comes back to this like the same thing, but like now he has all the future knowledge. He tries to like basically fix all the mistakes he couldn't, but like that fucks up the timeline because certain people that are dead are alive now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the timeline where Front fucking exists?
The better timeline, honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Better timeline.
It really would be a better timeline. This is my fourth time running through MSQ. Oh no. Was supposed to be on the road to teach chemistry, but they canceled their attendance, so I'm here teaching math.
Oh, let's see.
Path of saving the boy requires seeing the boy die a lot.
Hmm.
Nah, just clear first pool. It's easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first pull, yeah. Say, just get better. And actually heal him, Alphanod. Let me handle him. I swear to God, Alphanod. I'm a healer, Alphanod. I'm a better healer than you. Move aside, Alphanod.
Anyways, I think I might stop here. I do need to eat dinner.
All right.
Dinner time.
Flo casually
shut
shoving
up.
Alphino to the side to heal. No, it's everyone who fucking played a healer at that point in time. I swear. Just be like, the fuck? What am I doing standing here? The man is bleeding out.
I will summon all the warriors of light that were healers, all the energy, and we will heal him. We will change the timeline. I swear to God.
Alphino is worse.
Hi, Dylan, be damned.
Did I just hear Tinder time? No, dinner time. Oh boy.
No, I'm on my food and my force right now. Oh boy.
Anyways, yeah.
But you should get some food then.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me. I'm so sorry for coming in all of a sudden.
You're fine. Anyways, have a nice day.
see here. All right. Okay. Thank you, Ranga. Fuck you. All right. I'm gonna run off here. Bye, Bugs. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Sandra.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's see. I think I am going to get dinner and I'll probably... What do I want to do afterwards? Do I want to continue MGP farming? I'm so intent to have X amount before reset happens. So, am I gonna... Well, technically, I did get multiple days worth of quota yesterday. Thanks to Chloe.
You could be ahead of schedule.
She's not a bitch this week. I'll let you know that.
God. She's an orphan. She's trying her best.
I had to use all my second chances, though. Dad cooked. It was not good. Oh boy. Oh no. Lol, MGP. Yeah, I've been pretty hardcore farming MGP every day. I think like quota of the day is usually like getting at least 100k. Yeah, but we're at... I can't even remember how much I'm at right now. It's posted in the Discord. 3.4. Only 600k more to go until the fucking blimp. I'm gonna go rest my head before heading out for dinner. Yeah, go do that, Ranga. Do I want to stream that or no? I'll just be living in Gold Saucer. Do I want to do chocobo races in between? Not really. Maybe I'll end stream here. I will farm off stream. And I'll just probably watch some stuff on the side while I farm. Okay. So we'll end stream here. Thank you, Bugs, for joining, as always.
Oh, thank you.
I'm honestly... I find the other two characters really interesting. Drain, I have no really... no real interest in Drain as a character.
Or Laridius.
No, definitely less than Drain, honestly. Always remember, changing the timeline is fine. Exactly, you know? But yeah. Curious to know how everyone's story changes. I'm also curious, I didn't even look up how long this game was. I don't know like how many sessions we have with each client. Let hot sauce become a scion. They should have made it so in one of the parallel universes, you know? Anyways, we'll call it a short stream for today. I shall go eat. And then I'm just gonna chill. I think that's the mood of this Saturday. I also, oh my gosh, I actually really do need to figure out what's going on with Twitch on my end, though. Who do we raid into? Twitch has been having issues lately, so yeah. No, I'm having very odd issues, and I'm wondering if it may be a specific Korea thing, because we're technically not supposed to be allowed to stream and whatnot. The issue that I'm having is that me and some random streamers that I kind of like try to watch, when I go to try to watch certain streams, they are online and live, but I cannot see their game screen and it says that it's offline. That happens the same for me as well. Like my whole entire stream manager says that I am offline, and like the timer's not running, nothing, but I can see everything through OBS. It's weird. Yeah, and it's like you guys can see stream, but it's just slightly concerning. I'll have to check with another streamer that I know who's streaming from Korea. Does refreshing the page fix it or not? No, refreshing the page does not fix it. Cleared my cache, that also doesn't fix it. And also restarted my computer since yesterday and it doesn't do anything. And it's not just Chrome. It also does not show up in any other browser that I have either. So it's not solely a browser issue, it's an actual Twitch issue. Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of weird because I noticed that it's like, oh, anyone that I follow, I can watch perfectly fine. But when I was trying to look for other streamers in like Final Fantasy category yesterday, nada. Some of them, or like not nada, but like I couldn't see some of the streams, which is so weird. Okay, I have to do stuff. Have a nice dinner. You too, Flo. Have a nice day. I am going to send you guys over to... Oh, Dusty's playing Lost but Found. Subaru's playing Final Fantasy 14. Back to the Mines, aka his mines are Crystalline Conflict ranked. Vampy's playing Dead by Daylight. We'll send you over to Scoobaroo. It's not often that we get to raid into Scoob. For those of you who do not know who Scoobaroo is a Catboy VTuber who plays Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter Wilds at the current moment, among other games, I believe, but I have only seen them stream those two in particular. And they do focus on Crystalline Conflict whenever they stream Final Fantasy. So yeah, I'll send you over. He also recently got a new model program, so this model is a little bit more reactive, I guess, and he has hands now. But yeah, we'll send you over to Scoobaroo. And we'll just lurk there for a bit, probably while I eat dinner. Okay. Next time that I'll be streaming is going to be tomorrow. We will be doing Rathalos in the morning, into Eureka, into Stardew is the plan. Hopefully I don't get completely exhausted and wiped out by the time Stardew happens. But that's the plan. What? Why, Delta? Jail, why? What?
Materia gel.
Maybe. I'm so tired already. Rest up. We'll see how people feel. We can definitely skip Stardew if we need to. I definitely haven't been feeling it on Sundays after everything. We can always move it to another day too, if people are available. Why do I sign up for this stuff? Is this in Eureka? Like specifically Eureka? Or what? Rathalos should not be too difficult since the whole day. Yeah. I also feel it for Sundays. Sundays are long. But yeah, anyways, I'll send you guys over to Scoob. Raid message is Cozy Raid if you would like to say something when you get over to his community. If you would like to continue lurking, that is perfectly fine as well. Yeah. Again, I will be streaming tomorrow if you want to stop by and watch Final Fantasy content or Stardew content. And then Monday will be MSQ. I do have the day off. I'm still debating if I want to start early or not. I feel like if I start early, it's gonna be doing a bunch of chores and probably MGP farming up until regular MSQ hours.
That means you can end earlier and do less MSQ.
You know, fair. Fair. Mom wants to drag me to a working bee in the morning too. To be a working bee in the morning. Oy vey. But yeah. And then right, this week, because I have Tuesday off, I think I'd rather stream on Tuesday and then take Wednesday off. So Wednesday stream was adjusted to Tuesday instead. When bees on the foreshore reserve. I also feel like my voice is leaving me right now. So yeah, time to go. Alright, hope that you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, no matter where you are in the world, and I will see you again next time, whenever that may be. Again, raid messages Cozy Raid, and I will see ya. I'm gonna send you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.